Hello everybody, Smokey Smokes here. I know it's been a while since you've seen a tobacco review. Sorry, they're coming up, but let's get all of you tobacco people into the mood. So we're going to start this off with a review. This review is of a Don Florian pipe. That's all it's really called. It doesn't really have a specific name. This one happens to be a 3131. Yeah, that's what it's marked, Don Florian. It's a custom-made pipe, handmade. This is what he calls, I think, the fan design, which I fell in love with. Not as soon as I saw it. When I first saw it quite a while ago, about 2 years ago or so, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, but it looks kind of weird. That's all I thought. And then recently, about a year ago, I thought of it again. I was like, what is that pipe called? I really want one now. And then I looked all over the place, couldn't find any that were available. The only ones that were available were extremely expensive at the time. Like, I'm talking like a couple $100s, so I was like, never mind. Then just like a few months ago when I bought this, it just came back in my head after I forgot about it. I was like, wait, maybe they have those Don Florian pipes. Looked them up, and sure as crap, they did. There were a couple, and then there was one where the bid was ending like within a few hours. Only one person put a bid on it, and then I was like, huh. I could get that one. I bet on it, and then I won. So I scored this for about, I think, like including shipping, like $80. I think that was including the shipping. Normally they go for about 100, 110, 120, something like that. Kind of a reasonable price. You know, it's something you should expect to pay for a handmade pipe like this. Kind of like the the Nording pipes. The Nording freehands are really sweet. This one's an awesome addition to those. This one happens to have a plateau on it. Well, it's sort of a plateau. Yeah. This is a card table, so it's really unbalanced, but. Yeah, please fall over for me, will you? Yeah, thanks. Here's the scale. There you go. Yeah, it's kind of a wobbly plateau, but it works. So that's pretty sweet. But you're going to love or hate this design. I happen to love it. I love the sort of unfinished look it has. I don't know, there's just something about it. It's very solid. It's a thick pipe. The hole is not like the absolute, or not the hole, I forget. Why can't I call it? The chamber, that's right. The chamber is not the absolute biggest, or widest rather, but it's very, very deep. Yeah, I don't know what the specifications on that are, but it's a very deep hole, so you can put quite a lot of tobacco in here, actually. So it is a bent pipe, obviously. This is an acrylic material, I believe. It's really cool. I love the pattern in here. Very glossy, very awesome, really, really cool. Briarwood, sort of a glossy finish on the wood here. It's not really rough at all. It's very smooth. I love this sort of a rusticated pattern on the top of it. I think it's really cool. And because it is smooth, usually the smoother pipes, they tend to be a little bit hotter than the rusticated pipes, just a tad bit, because when it's rusticated, when your hands kind of hold onto the bowl, it's kind of not necessarily touching the very center where the ember is. It's kind of around it. It just allows it to ventilate just a little bit. It's mildly cooler. This one doesn't really have the problem, even though it is a glossy finish, just a smooth finish rather, because it's so thick. All right, I've had some tobaccos in here that I've had in other pipes that they got so hot I couldn't even hold the bowl. But this one didn't really have the problem. They did still get hot, I felt it, but I could hold it comfortably because it's so thick. I just love how thick and just big the pipe is. It's really, really cool, just really beautiful looking. Something so interesting and simple about it. It really is shaped like a fan. It's really cool. I just love this design. So people are going to look at it like, is that a pipe? What is that thing? It's like, look at something like this. Yeah, it's a pipe. This, some may not think is a pipe right away. It's really sweet. Yeah, there's just so much stuff I like about it. I'm really glad I got it for a relatively cheap price, and smokes beautifully. Not the absolute best smoker, kind of like those Nording freehands I had. Both of those, they're not necessarily the best smokers either. They smoke really well, but occasionally I do get the sort of like the tobacco juice thing, the backwash, I guess you could call it, that comes back up. That's pretty awful, and they kind of gurgle a little bit here and there. Curved pipes tend to do that, I believe, and yeah, I have yet to find a pipe that's just like perfect. There's no problems with it. No, but it smokes very well. Not taking anything away from it. Not trying to say it smokes bad. No. It just doesn't smoke perfectly. I have yet to find a pipe like that, but it smokes very well for what it is. Just beautiful, comfortable. Surprisingly, I just kind of hold it like this. Just kind of rests in my hand naturally. Comfortable, like it. Smokes very well. Oh, this thing's just beautiful. Love everything about it. It's pretty heavy too for what it is. It's kind of big, kind of heavy. So I have my little scale here. Let me set it to ounces. Choo. So let's first weigh this Dr. Gerbeau freehand right here. It's about a $30 pipe. This is, I would say, maybe mildly bigger than most pipes. It's a little bit wide, a little bit chunky. It's really not that big of a deal though. This is normal to slightly big, slightly above average size there. This one's showing up as 1.56 ounces. I don't know. You can't see that, but it says 1.56. Just take my word for it. Now let's weigh this sucker. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it is kind of wobbly. It's not the best plateau, unfortunately, on this one. 4.95 ounces. Yeah, basically 5 ounces. It's considerably heavier than most pipes. Even those Northern Freehands, I think they're about like close to 3 ounces or so. This is 5 ounces, so it's a heavy pipe. I like it. It just feels like it's high quality just because it's hefty. I don't know why some objects, like when they're heavier, they feel like they're high quality. It's whoa, that's so good quality. Just because it's heavy, it just could be filled with lead. It could be the worst thing in the world, but it just feels like it's high quality. So it's awesome, you know. So yeah, I just been loving this thing. I'm just repeating myself, being very redundant, but I just saying, I love everything about this pipe. Really cool. I guess it's not very good for travel, but I mean, like in your pocket or something. But I don't think people would necessarily put pipes in their pockets anyway. But it's pretty chunky. It's a chunky monkey. But if you love the way it looks, just go for it. You're never gonna find a pipe that looks exactly like this one because you know it's a freehand. You're never gonna find the same exact pipe. They're always gonna be slightly different sizes. I would have liked it if this were even bigger. Actually, I wish it was like a huge thing. I always wanted a giant one, but for what it is, I still like it. It's a big pipe. So there you have it. Yeah, there you go.